Ladies and gentlemen, I hope your underwear is ready for the quarter-final match of the Spheriz Cup 5. 4 players are gonna battle it out for the last 2 remaining slots for the offline semifinals in Nantes, France. AlexOoR for Team M&M, holding up the French flag against THE Ben, also a French player, against CarlJr, of course, the well-known Canadian player for Team Solary right now, has also managed to qualify after a very interesting way of qualifying. CarlJr, in fact, hasn't really practiced a lot. He has, like, not really a lot of hours of practice in his backpack, and he still managed to qualify, so let's see what he's going to be able to put into the asphalt here. And then last but not least, Czech player Cobrask, or whatever you want to pronounce it, from Team BGenius. These 4 players are going to battle it out on this match, with the point limit once again being 110. The rule set is the exact same. The map rotation is the exact same. The co-commentator is the exact same. But he's still looking good.
Maybe even the Twitch chat the same.
Possibly.
How many of the people in Twitch chat has been here since quarterfinal 1? Type me kappa / in the chat.
But yeah, the warm-up is coming to an end. Our first map gonna be good luck as fuck. The map with 2 shortcut possibilities.
Yeah, into round number 1 we go. And this start on this map is not really super interesting. It's very easy with a trick coming up here that you want to skip this freewheeling. Cobrask going a little wide, but not too bad. Everyone gets it all right. AlexOoR, I believe he did touch, or actually did slow down a little bit, because he's a little bit behind, but nothing that he cannot catch up as we go into this cut right here. It actually seems like he got the gear change on that little part there, as everybody makes it. Who got it really good at that? Cobrask. And Carl as well up in second place. No one, I think, is going for the second cut. They learned from the previous match that it is definitely not worth it unless you get it perfectly. If you don't have enough speed, or if you have too much speed, you just don't get enough speed in this wall right there. So all the players actually making it now, going into this knuckle here. CarlJr gets it sick. Cobrask messed it up big time. AlexOoR messed it up as well. But where's Ben? Ben had to actually... I think he had to respawn there, as he goes into the finish there with 3 points as 4th place gets. So a very interesting line there by Cobrask in the end. He didn't get the slide so good, and then he had to reslide, and yeah, he just messed it up, and he takes 2nd instead of 1st place.
That's how it goes in TrackMania. First 10 pointers go in favor of CarlJr, who had a wonky ending as well. Almost didn't make it into the finish line, but he was able to stabilize and goes into the second round as the leader of this match. Going into the first sector of the track with AlexOoR and Ben currently finding themselves a little further back right now. Cobrask and CarlJr battling it out for first place. CarlJr with more speed over that stretch goes up to first place. The Canadian player now lifting off a lot in that drift. AlexOoR with a really alternative line. He is really YOLOing it a lot. Makes almost contact with the wall right there, but that was a really well executed section by AlexOoR. Ben is going for the jump. And he fails.
Ooh,
Ben
that is
does not get rewarded for the risk that he has taken there with the second shortcut. Will crawl up that magnet part with almost no speed, leaving AlexOoR still in the lead right there. If he was able to miss, or not miss that fit. Oh god. What was that? Cobrask also not making it. And the next free round for CarlJr.
CarlJr is just getting fed rounds, 2 rounds in a row basically.
Yep.
He's just... These players are like, here, Carl, take the win. You go to Nantes. And CarlJr is just taking it and saying, yeah, sure, I will go there. If you don't want to, I'll take it. And he's now over 10 points ahead of the other players.
Unbelievable. I have no idea what happened to AlexOoR there. He had the approach, and then I think he just had a complete brain fart. He was like, should I Neo? Should I not Neo? Should I drift? And then it was too late. And then he just went forward. So that looked really awkward. After that great beginning, very sad that AlexOoR threw it away that way.
Yeah, definitely unlucky for him as we go into round number 3 with a bit of a sloppy start by Carl this time, as he finds himself 0.1 behind already to the other players. But a great turn there, catches him up already. As we go onto the dirt there. Nobody gets the weird gear, but CarlJr has a slightly different approach. He gets it very bad, and that has to be a respawn. So about 10 seconds down the drain for him. Whereas AlexOoR? AlexOoR makes it, but not as fast. No one is going for the cutway, and that is benefiting Cobrask really good here. As he finds himself approximately 0.2 ahead now. As he goes onto the CP there. Oh, Ben with a very bad exit out of that magnet loop there. Or a magnet wall ride, should I say. As Cobrask makes it. Ben makes it as well. Whereas AlexOoR straight into the pillar, but Carl is nowhere to be seen. So that is all good for him. Carl is going for the knuckle, even though he is miles behind the others, as they would say in NA. And yeah, Cobrask takes 10, and that is good for him.
Absolutely. Cobrask now up to 19 points in the scoreboard, 4 points short to getting up to CarlJr, who is still leading this race right here, 23 points. And CarlJr is receiving a couple of heartwarming words in the chat by his coach, who is no one other than Spam. So a great synergy between CarlJr and his coach right there. Beautiful to see. That is absolutely romantic, and we're going to go into the 4th round right here with a great beginning here for everyone. Ben with a slightly different approach, but stays within reach so far. Let's take a look here at the camera. The camera switch now going up to AlexOoR now. Very wide approach here once again. AlexOoR always with that different approach. Cobrask, wow! Almost made the left pole approach. That was really interesting. But CarlJr, the only one that is surviving the beginning, and that could be the next easy 10-point snack for the Canadian right there. AlexOoR on 2nd, Cobrask on 3rd, and Ben is miles away from the leader, 12th, even 13 seconds. CarlJr! CarlJr with a full stop. Cobrask now passing AlexOoR. Cobrask goes safe. AlexOoR sniping 1st place. Cobrask comes 2nd, and CarlJr has to respawn once again. What has happened at the end of here?
What's Carl doing? Did Carl go for the knuckle there?
I have no idea. Maybe
Carl have enough speed for it.
Maybe he's throwing on purpose.
I mean, he's letting the other players have a chance.
What?
Coach CarlJr is really mad, and that's not what you want. Upsetting your coach is super bad.
Mad in capital letters, by the way. He is mad.
At least it's not $W, $O.
Shit.
That would be really
That is
mad.
true. Yeah, $O, $W, then you know you fucked up.
Yeah, then you are really oofed. But here we go onto the pole map, and I would say that Cobrask has a very good advantage on this one compared to the other players, because I know he's really good on tech lol maps, and this is just the epitome of it.
That is true, but remember what we said about Plastorix?
Yeah, true.
We also said about Plastorix that he's going to be a great guy to do well on the pipes, but then he actually struggled a little bit. So on paper, everything is a bit different compared to doing everything in practice, especially now with a little bit of pressure coming into play. Maybe not for CarlJr, since he is maybe going into this with a little bit of a I don't give a fuck mentality, knowing that he went this far without really putting a lot of effort, knowing that he maybe can't even attend Nantes in 1st place, because that has also not been very clear for him. So maybe CarlJr is now just going to be like, forehead, just going to play now and let the others do their due. So let's see how that is going to develop. That is, yeah, something that we need to keep an eye out on. But yeah, other than that, Cobrask, AlexOoR, and Ben only 8 points apart from each other. So after the first map, we haven't seen anyone really falling back or falling really far ahead. Ben actually goes for that shortcut, quote-unquote, which isn't really too much faster. The super inside line through the water. Let's see if he's going to do that in the live rounds. But yeah, 26 for Carl, 25 for Cobrask, 24 for Alex, and 17 for Ben. Radiance, take it off for the first one here after the warm-up. Let's go.
All right, we are going to go underway here with round number 1 of this map that I don't want to pronounce because it's French, and I'm probably going to upset a lot of people. So we are going to go here with a very tight start, zigzagging through the poles. Seems like everybody got it all right. Cobrask is pretty far behind, so but it's still, of course, in it, to say the least here, as he has to slow down a little more. So a start of about a second for Cobrask down the drain as we go into this elevator lift here, as the players will have to, I believe you respawn there, to get the elevator instantly. And it seems as whole CarlJr is
CarlJr!
He doesn't care. He is going for it. AlexOoR fell down, and that is unfortunate for him. CarlJr with the turnaround there, and all the other players made it. Cobrask with a really good turn there, but Ben made the turnaround, so Ben actually overtakes Cobrask by doing it. Nobody is going for the ramp cut there, which is pretty interesting to see. Ben now going for that.
Ben
going for that water line there, as Cobrask is coming up to him, but it is a secure second place for Ben, as Cobrask is just behind him in third place. AlexOoR miles behind, of course, and will he even finish here? Oh, great brass slide, and will secure that fourth place. CarlJr though takes home another first place, which just gets even further ahead of the opposition.
In fact, CarlJr actually had a terrible ending in that previous round. He lost more than a second towards Ben. But the thing is that he just had the best pipe, and that was basically making his round. The pipe is super, super important on this track. And CarlJr, of course, knows that, and his coach probably tells him as well. So I gotta keep that in mind. Going into the next round, it is Cobrask that already made contact with one of the pillars in the beginning. Finds himself more than 1.5 seconds behind. Ben goes out super wide. Doesn't really know how to hit this corner properly. Also in the previous round, we didn't really see the greatest line by Ben here. That is a turn where a Neo slide is definitely of benefit. AlexOoR now hitting the elevator as the leading driver of this race. CarlJr in second place, but we could probably see a nice little Plastorix zoop here by CarlJr, and indeed that is the case with AlexOoR struggling a lot, almost full stops there on that pipe to make sure that he doesn't fall down. AlexOoR not even going to go for that turnaround, and CarlJr once again on first place. AlexOoR remains on second place. Cobrask is behind Ben, so the positions right now are set in stone. Let's take a look at the ending, whether something's going to happen there. But the ending, I would say, is not too difficult to drive. Ben now with his signature line here once again tries to make anything happen, but we see AlexOoR having the upper hand. So he will take the second place with 6 points. Ben on third, Cobrask on fourth, and then CarlJr with the next 10-pointer. Gets some positive feedback from his coach.
Coach is happy, everyone is happy, right? Well, look at CarlJr now. So many points ahead, 13 points ahead now on this map here. Second map, it is just going for him the way that the coach wants it to. So we're gonna see what he can do here on this next map. Cobrask though with a good start this time. First round that he has not messed up the start. So let's see what he will be able to do if we can follow him real quick. And he goes down in the CP, but that is because Ben overshoots it and jumps back up into second place. CarlJr though in last place this round, as Ben gets a little bit of a wonky landing there. Everyone on the elevator at the same time. Ben gets it really bad. CarlJr gets it super good. And now we go onto the pipe again. Just look at this. Look at this car control by CarlJr. Just swoops himself up into first place once again. He went full Plastorix on that pole right there and is actually ahead of his previous time, as AlexOoR is in second place now. Cobrask is actually in last place. Ben, something happened to him, as Ben touches the outside wall there, and he will drop back down into last place. CarlJr, the man on a mission right now. He is going for it in this water here. Gets it a bit bumpy, but he will take home another first place.
Great time as
AlexOoR,
well.
Yeah, what a sick time there. AlexOoR in second place, Cobrask in third, and Ben in fourth place. So CarlJr taking even bigger leads here towards his opposition.
Yeah, the gap is now getting bigger and bigger. CarlJr is really gaining that advantage on the pipe. He must have gotten a couple of lessons from Bren, who is someone that is a true master of pipe dancing. So maybe there was some team internal coaching there at Team Solary. Oh, the first mistake here by Ben this time around. His probably one of his hate corners, where he constantly struggled in the previous rounds. Now Ben already falling back a little bit here. Let's take a look at CarlJr zooping up the elevator here, and now the pipes. This is where the Canadian has always made up the advantage. However, AlexOoR is having quite a decent lead here so far. Gets the pipe very well, risking it a lot. AlexOoR almost falling off, but he's able to keep CarlJr behind him. However, CarlJr, no Neo slide there for him. That Neo slide turned into a no slide right there for him. So AlexOoR will remain on that first place, and that is very good for him, because with that 10-pointer he is going to get away from his opposition. Cobrask and Ben right now behind him in the scoreboard. And that 10-pointer is going to be vital for that French player for Team M&M. AlexOoR finishes with a 107.4. CarlJr with another second place right here. Cobrask on 3, and Ben still swimming, looking to find Nemo. And there he goes. Ben on last.
Unfortunate stuff for Ben. He is pretty far behind, and when the two players that are close to him in points gets the first place, it just hurts him a lot because he took a lot of points away from Ben there. So Ben, actually my game might have crashed. No, there we go.
Oh god.
So Ben with only 33 points after 2 maps here. That is really not something you want to see. Cobrask as well on 40, so these two players are going to have to battle it and drive really fast in order to catch up to AlexOoR and CarlJr, to say the least.
The thing is that CarlJr is probably very fast on this track. Just to chip something in here, I think CarlJr is going to be a tough nut to crack on a map like this, because it is rather easy, it is drift heavy, and that is where CarlJr can truly shine through as well, just like on pretty much every other type of map, because he is simply so versatile. So CarlJr, the man to beat, but the other players for sure going to be prepared here as well. AlexOoR, maybe we can take a look at the local records right there. I see Cobrask having a 52.88, 800 slower than CarlJr's personal best. And other than that, I do find AlexOoR on 27th local with a 53.13. And then there is... who else? I think that's it. Ben on 43rd. There you go. Ben with a 53.30. So CarlJr on paper the fastest. And I am pretty sure he's going to put up a good fight here. GLHF, 62 points for CarlJr, 49 for Alex, 40 for Cobrask, and 33 for Ben.
Yeah, into round number 1 on From Heaven we go. As CarlJr has the first touch there, does a very sick Neo, and then touches the wall again. So he will find himself a bit behind, considering what else we just said on voice chat. Just delete that off your mind. And all these 3 players up here are driving really close, as Cobrask has a very big jump, but he actually overjumps and has to slide a little bit, so he will lose some time. Ben with a lower gear, and here comes Cobrask up into second, maybe even first place, as he has a lot more speed than AlexOoR. There we go, from third to first in the blink of an eye.
Oh,
AlexOoR
wow.
with a super line right there, super inside line, and not releasing is what you want out of that corner. Into this last one we go. Cobrask is going for the inside line, but AlexOoR had so much speed out of it that he stayed in first place. Cobrask in second, CarlJr in third place, and Ben going for the safe finish in fourth place there. So Ben once again with a fourth place finish, and he is not looking super strong.
Yeah, not at all. It's kind of the same thing like in all of the other matches. One player is significantly falling behind, but then he does the comeback. So, I mean, it could happen again here. Maybe Ben has his good maps yet to come in this matchup. CarlJr has lost a couple of points in the previous round, with AlexOoR taking first and CarlJr himself taking third. So AlexOoR actually looking very good, and also here he is going for the overtake as we speak on CarlJr, but he does get the earlier landing. So CarlJr now going up to P1 again. A nice back and forth between the Canadian and the French so far after the loop-de-loop. Ben and Cobrask are too far behind to make anything happen. They are fighting it out for P3 as we speak, but CarlJr and AlexOoR are very close to each other still. Coming to the ending now, AlexOoR with a slightly different drift line. CarlJr maybe drifting a bit too much here. AlexOoR going for the no grip, but that is not enough. CarlJr got it even better. AlexOoR even managed to pop through the ground and land on top of the roll piece. But CarlJr with the next 10 points, AlexOoR with 6, Cobrask with 4, and Ben with 3. So an almost no-trained CarlJr is maybe still able to make it to Nantes. That is insane performance by him right now, as he finds himself 11 points ahead of AlexOoR in second place. AlexOoR and CarlJr looking super strong here, as Cobrask for the first time I think has a 6 start this time around, and let's see what he'll be able to do with it. Doesn't land so smoothly, but still has quite a lot of speed
out of the corner, so he will stay on his second place. Cobrask with an early landing, and that is super good for him. Actually, catches up to Carl a little bit, and we will have a great fight for first now between Cobrask and CarlJr. AlexOoR 0.3 behind, so he's not really in it for the money right now. Super good left turn by Cobrask, takes over first place. Where is CarlJr now? CarlJr had a very sick inside finish just before Cobrask with a little bit of airtime, but it's nothing that is going to matter. As actually AlexOoR overtakes CarlJr in the ending, and Ben trails behind once again, unfortunately.
Now that was a snipe and a half right there.
Sick end by AlexOoR there.
A snipe like in the children's book. AlexOoR passing CarlJr right in front of the ending and snipes 2 extra points. And with that is up to 71 points. The gap between Carl and AlexOoR is now only 9 points. So a little bit sweaty up front. And also Cobrask is not too far away. Ben with 42 needs to make something happen on the next maps. But we know what the next maps are, and they can for sure be up for a good surprise. However, one last round coming up here on From Heaven with CarlJr. Right now having the best start, but also Cobrask not having too shabby of a start. Goes for that inside line, both neck and neck. 0.003 of a second here, passing the checkpoint. However, Cobrask with a terrible back wheel landing. No grip at the landing whatsoever. This is what you want to prevent. You want to land as flat as possible. And this is what Cobrask, as you saw, didn't really get all too well. So CarlJr is now finding himself in a very comfortable lead of 0.3 of a second right there. He can take it almost easy at the ending. There is no risk to be taken. Cobrask is trying to attack right there. CarlJr not with the greatest line into the ending banking whatsoever, but it's still enough to take it here. 53.07 for Carl. The next 10-pointer, Cobrask with 6, AlexOoR with 4. Wait, what? Yeah, that was a really interesting clip. There was only like one wheel sticking through the ground. That was fucking... That was interesting.
Oh, man. This is a super close one so far as well. Carl though is taking home a lot of points on that map, and this one I think is a little bit more difficult.
Surely.
I think we will probably see more trained people maybe do it. I think I've seen Carl though, his start is really good, as I've seen on his stream at least. So I mean, hopefully we will see some close battles here, but it's been going as it has been so far, then we will see a finalist by the end of this track round here.
Yeah, chances for that are very high. CarlJr at 90, he could already become a finalist with 2 victories in a row. Yeah. AlexOoR with 75 still needs a couple more rounds. Cobrask with 66 definitely not going to make it, and also Ben still very far away. In fact, there's double the amount of points that CarlJr has from Ben, so that's something that we haven't seen in any other match so far. So the gaps here in quarterfinal number 4 are in fact the biggest. But yeah, let's see how this is going to develop. This track, of course, with the infamous flip ending, which is easier said than done.
Yeah.
Where you need to get this zoop, low jump, avoid the obstacles, avoid jumping too far left or too far right, jump low to minimize airtime, and to restart accelerating into the finish as early as possible. Very difficult ending, and I am pretty sure rounds are going to be pretty cluttered on this one.
Good luck and have fun to the players, of course. Into round number 1 we go. Let's start off by watching Carl's POV here, or not POV, but going from him, because Game 3 POV would be not so good for the viewer experience. As we go from the start here, AlexOoR with a bit of an early landing, take a little more speed than the others, and actually with a better line through that turn right there, catches up to Cobrask. And you see 2 different lines right there. Cobrask going for a bit of a another line from the right side compared to some of the other players that are going straight up the middle, and that actually gives you a little bit of a lower jump and a float rig onto the next platform. It is of course harder because you need to control your car as quick as possible for the next jump, but it definitely worked out for Carl there. And into the
oh my god! We go.
Both Cobrask and Carl mess it up. Ben
everyone,
as well.
everyone,
goes to the moon.
AlexOoR, you got it.
Oh, AlexOoR actually takes the victory as everybody makes a mistake there. Is CarlJr going to take home 2nd place?
Yep.
Yes, he is. Where's Ben? He went for the safe approach there in the 2nd time around. Cobrask actually got it on the second time as well.
What a round.
Cobrask with 4. Ben decided to meme a little bit, but takes home 3 points. And 3 is, of course, better than nothing, but he really needs a little more points than that, as AlexOoR catches up a little bit to Carl now.
CarlJr is still taking second in that round. I think he can be very, very happy about that, because such a time would, in another match, would have been punished with a 4th place straight away.
Yeah.
So good for him. CarlJr now sitting there at 96 points, and AlexOoR is still within reach, so he can still make something happen. Let's take a look at AlexOoR, what he's going to be able to do here in the next round. AlexOoR with a very inside line, very aggressive line in this right-hander. There's a little bit of a gear change, so you want to make sure that you get that one right. Ben now releasing in the air, a little bit safe. Cobrask now making contact with the pillars, and that leaves CarlJr once again alone in the lead with a 0.25 time advantage to work with coming towards the ending. AlexOoR is trailing. He's waiting for the snipe, or maybe waiting for a mistake by CarlJr to happen. Dropping down onto the blue part now. CarlJr still in the lead, goes for the nose slide, and now the jump. CarlJr gets it, looks very good. AlexOoR is trying to park his car on top of the block, and he does not land it. Instead, it is Cobrask that gets second place. Ben gets third, and AlexOoR has tried to make contact with the ISS, but I'm not sure if he got any signal.
I don't think he got a lot of signals from the ISS back there, but he at least takes home 3 points from that round, and now CarlJr will be on 106 points. So just not getting 4th place is important for Carl now.
Yep.
As, that would a 3rd or a 4th place here would result him in going to 109 points, and that is of course very unlucky to be that, as you're just 1 point away. But here we go into round number 3 of this map here, Ceylon. As we go into the start here, does anyone not have enough speed? Everybody makes it so far. CarlJr with the worst of starts by these players. And into this here heavy corner we go. Cobrask not getting it all so well. CarlJr though, going for it. The little low jump strategy there. And he makes it really well, overtaking Ben in the process on the freewheeling. AlexOoR though is super far ahead. What happened to Cobrask? He is so far behind, and now hits the freewheeling and has to respawn again. That is unfortunate for him, but it is all a battle for first place here. AlexOoR with a bit of a wiggle there, and then he touches. Ben though is going up into second place here. Carl is just taking home a victory once again, it seems, because
Ben died as well.
Ben hits that quarter pipe there, and AlexOoR with this safe finish going to take home second.
Wow, are you actually kidding me?
Beautiful. CarlJr though is now finalist with almost no practice. Let's see how this one goes. There is one more what do you call, round on this map. Yep. So maybe he will be able to take it home here. Who would have guessed that? Actually, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed it either, but the thing about CarlJr, and now, by the way, into finalist mode he goes, the thing about CarlJr is that he has just so much experience in the game. Yeah. And he has so much more experience than any of the other 3 players, maybe even all of the 3 players combined when it comes to competitive matches. And this is what he's heavily capitalizing from. His times might not be the fastest, but he is the one that at least doesn't make the big mistakes and gets those 10-pointers. And in fact, also what's good for him is that he probably has the weakest opponents out of all of the other matches that we had so far. Yeah. This is the easiest match for CarlJr to be in. So in fact, this is really good for him. Many positive aspects that come into play here for CarlJr. And now 2 players that were in front of him have died right in front of his eyes. CarlJr now in the lead, and he is dealing with a 1.2 second time advantage. CarlJr can take this ending easily. He doesn't even have to risk it too much. The only thing that he needs to keep in mind is to not travel to the ISS. A little bit of a adjustment right there, but he makes it, and CarlJr is in Nantes. GG.
CarlJr takes home the victory here, and I believe that is Raizo taking home a force quit on Team 2.
Yep.
So unlucky for him, but coach is happy, and that is a congrats to CarlJr going to Nantes, if he has the time to it, of course. And let's see what will happen to all the other players. AlexOoR, though, finding himself on 100 points at this map change right here. So a victory on this next one, he would be able to go into finalist as well.
Indeed, he only needs one more round victory, and then AlexOoR is going to be through as well. The good thing for AlexOoR is that he has an 18-point time gap a point gap, sorry, a point gap to work with. So this is really, really good, really comfortable lead here for the French player AlexOoR for Team M&M. He is sitting there at a hundo. And yeah, to touch upon CarlJr, as we talked about it earlier, he wasn't quite sure if he is going to be able to actually compete in Nantes. This is why he originally didn't even take this competition too seriously. He didn't really put a lot of practice into it, at least according to what he said. But yeah, he made it, so now it's up to him to decide if he's going to make it or not. And if he decides against it, then there's probably going to be a draw for that open slot between the players on the waiting list. The waiting list that you can find in the bracket, where the players that got third in their match are probably going to go to. Not sure how it's going to be done by the admin team, but it would be the most fair for the player that gets third in his match, or maybe just do a completely new match for all of the remaining players. Not sure what's the best way to settle this sort of situation, but yeah,
I actually got an answer, Rob.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Let's just take this this round first. Oh, it's warm up. Never mind. Okay, so Lujo said that player A and B qualified. C reached finalist before D, so he will take the place instead of A or B. So that's the third place who reaches finalist first.
All right,
that
makes sense.
And if it's the players get finalists the same round, then it's the player who finishes ahead, like the player who's highest finished.
I see.
In that round. So if someone gets first and another player gets fourth, then the guy in first would take the wildcard spot.
All right. So
but
thank you
go
for
ahead
clarifying.
Go ahead on this live round here.
Will do. Let's go. Now only 3 players remaining, so now chances to get the 10 points are higher now that CarlJr is gone and AlexOoR is off to an amazing start. Cobrask and Ben really need to step it up here. Cobrask, I think, can still make something happen, but I think Ben is too far away at this point, with the point limit being 110 and he is at 60, so he needs a miracle and a half. So we're most likely not going to see a 3-man battle, even though Cobrask is now jumping right into the inflatable cacti, leaving Ben up to P2 and AlexOoR alone and Relax in the lead, even though he's making a mistake in the dirt uphill. And now this Ben for Team THE, who is actually going for the overtake, but AlexOoR is striking back with the wider line that he was able to take a prior of that jump. Ben even going for an outside drift right there, outside the pillars. That is something that I see for the first time. So he's taking it very easily right here. And if AlexOoR manages to snack home that first place, he's going to be a finalist in the next round. But very low speed into the magnet wall. AlexOoR still managing to stay in front, but he dies! AlexOoR dies, and this is a great chance for Ben to actually take 10 points and make the dream come true. Possibly. Never say never, am I right?
Are we having another comeback or what?
Oh my god, if that happened, I mean...
What is your bet?
This one right here is so unlikely though.
Yeah, true.
So,
it is possible. I mean, we said Mikrato was unlikely. He made it. But
this is even more unlikely.
We will see. Yeah, true. AlexOoR jumping up into 104 now, so he just has to finish in order to take home a finalist spot. I believe... let's go with AlexOoR actually for this one, because he is the man to look out for. Let's see if he makes a mistake or what. But I mean, the players could probably take it a bit chill on this round, because there's not really a lot to play for, except for maybe a first place from the other guys. But then of course AlexOoR as well, he will just reach finalist anyways. So they should really get all the bugs now and then save it for the next round. As AlexOoR is finding himself in first place in this round. Cobrask right behind him actually shoots himself up into first place with a great dirt turn combination there. AlexOoR actually going for the overtake, takes both of the road paths there and stays ahead of Cobrask. As where's Ben? Ben is 0.7 behind, and that is not going to be able to be caught up unless they make mistakes. AlexOoR with a bit of an oof for his line there. Cobrask going up into first place now. Into the wall ride magnet we go. And that means the cut is coming up now. Cobrask though, with a good line this time, actually makes it. Oh, AlexOoR almost hitting that right there.
That's safe.
But there comes Ben from out of nowhere. AlexOoR going straight. Does he have enough speed? He does. Makes a beautiful front flip, but it only takes home third place. So Ben gets a little more points than he would have. And AlexOoR still gets finalist status. Cobrask goal taking 10, so he's at 96 now. And it'll be interesting to see if he can deny 2 or 3 times.
That is what he needs. He needs to win 3 rounds in a row now if he wants to qualify for Nantes. So AlexOoR, the man to deny. The camera is on him. All eyes on M&M. AlexOoR from France, who has been dominating that second place. And one opponent is already out. Cobrask actually almost playing golf with friends, almost landed in that hole. Ben is the one to deny AlexOoR, and Ben seemingly doesn't really have the pace here to beat AlexOoR, who is already 0.36 ahead at that previously passed checkpoint. AlexOoR with a little bit of a wonky landing, but is able to stabilize entering the dirt. And this could be the end of this match if AlexOoR takes this one home here in first place. Takes the dirt very easily. He knows that he has the advantage. Ben is continuing to lose more and more time here, going into the final sector of the track now. The right-hander here, the drift, easy peasy. Ben even going wide once again. He probably doesn't know any other way. And with that, AlexOoR is going to gain even more time. 0.8 of a second now. M&M AlexOoR looking to qualify for the semi-final in Nantes of the Spheriz Cup 5. The last jump is remaining. He passes it. The landing is flat. He makes contact with the sign. And this could be the chance for Ben. But Ben makes the same mistake. AlexOoR needs to finish this one. And he does it. GG. AlexOoR is through and done. GG, AlexOoR and CarlJr are through in quarterfinal 4. Cobrask and Ben are out.